So, boom! I thought I'd get the show cracking before Lee gets here. So, yep, it's the pod today, guys. I'm just waiting for Clee to get here. I've gone live on the IG. You see me? We're going live on the IG. You see me? Let's change that. Put a title. We've got to add the title. Football. Thicko. Because, you know, we're professional now, guys. Football Thicko pod. But these times it's only me and Clee because I can't get the rest to come. Because Marvin's shaking and Ken Dog is shaking. Now we got young Ange.
Young Ange?
Yeah, you. Or Ted.
No.
Ted Og, what do you want to
Ted
be?
Og, mate.
What, Ted Og?
Shave the hair.
Maresca?
Mate, what we talking about? The Trump inauguration. This is what this inauguration. Yeah. Oh, he's got it. He's got the fucking hat on.
My president is back, guys.
Oh God, my president is back. Why is your president, Kanye?
Because what he does for my pocket.
Well, to be fair, he's making certain people rich.
Exactly.
Let's just hope it's the common man.
It can be the common man if the common man is invested. If the common man is invested, then, you know, it's going to be 4 years. It's going to be a roller coaster, guys. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be ups. There's going to be downs. But the ups are going to be so up, you're going to forget the downs.
Let's get Cargill on TMZ, people. Let's get him on
TMZ. Get me on CNBC. Get me on BBC. What do you want me? I can talk for Tommy Robinson or I can talk for Martin Luther King. Who do you want?
Jesus Christ. So what, are we on all platforms tonight? Are we all on all platforms?
We're on all platforms. Well, we're on IG and YouTube.
What about Facebook? You got a Facebook out there? There's still an audience for Facebook.
I need to get a Facebook.
We're 40 now, bro.
The Facebook account's actually quite mad because we get a lot of views from the videos, but I don't even know how to access it because Facebook is a mess.
Well, I can help you do that.
You should do the Facebook. You can run the
Well,
Facebook.
I'll be around the next week or so. So
some of the numbers on the Facebook are like some of the videos are on 20,000.
Yeah, brilliant. And there you go. Come on, Gaffer. What are you doing, man?
I don't know about Facebook, bro. It's not my sector.
It's the one that's the one we grew up with. That was everything to us.
Yeah, I know, but it's become a mess.
That and Twitter.
Mess. Both of them are absolute war zone.
So hold on a minute. You've called this Amorin gone too far.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Why Amorin?
Did you hear what he said?
No, about what this is the worst team in history.
Yeah, in the history of Man United team. So what are you trying to get? What response will you get from that?
Well, he probably is doing something where he wants to let the board know that he needs money. I don't know. Look, I'm coming from Tottenham, and I've got to a point now where I don't know what to think.
Did you watch those videos I sent you?
Yeah, I did. And Simon Jordan, I don't know what to say. Man United, I think, has been a rot for a long time, and he's not done anything. Ten Hag was probably doing better. It's a simple fact of the matter is they've just invested in wrong players. That's where Ten Hag lost his job because he invested a lot in those. He bought those players, but I just think they're a bit wasted, isn't it? They're just wasted. And Tottenham, I mean, I don't know. I love Ange and I love that he was going for things, but I feel like recently, I don't know how you can defend it. Arsenal is a derby. It was 2-1. Even the last minute we could have scored, but we could have conceded. But this Everton game, it's just naive. And at the end of the day, I can't.
Have you checked the statistics though? I haven't gone through it with a fine tooth, but I've just looked at it from face value. And when you look at it, Tottenham have what? There's one issue, and that's their ability to defend.
It's openness, though. That's the problem. It's opening. You look at the second half.
You know, you've got the second most amount of goals in the league.
I know, but this is the
problem. And you're 15th in the league, though. But that's an issue. Is the ability to defend?
But that comes from the fact that he leaves the midfield to open, and he plays a style that doesn't help the defenders that play. They're not good enough to play with bringing the ball out. And what happens every club
is that when you say they're not good enough to bring it out? Is that when you've got your full strength back line?
All of them, yeah. basically, I just think that every club presses us. Either the good clubs press us and wait for us to make a mistake, or the other clubs just wait for us to overcommit with their low block, and they know to run through the midfield because we haven't got none there. And that's the problem. That is a problem. I don't think the players are good enough that are playing there. I'd give Sarr the benefit of a doubt. I think he's young. I don't think Basuma's good enough. I don't think Madison's good enough, which is mad. I think he's creative. He's a luxury player. I don't know, man. I don't know. Bentancur, flat as the sea.
You're now doubting Madison, who you was ranting and raving about last season.
Of course, because you saw what he did.
And you was cussing me and saying, why didn't Arsenal get him?
No, you said he was a great buy, don't forget.
And you said he was better than... Yeah, he wasn't good for me. I think he would have fitted perfectly in the Arsenal team. Him, Rice, and Odegaard together would have been fantastic.
Well, I don't know. I just don't know what to say anymore. And I'm like, look, I don't mind giving Ange to the end of the season. And if it picks up, then
I think you've got no choice. I think you've got no choice but to give him to the end of the season.
It might have to be because they don't know what to do. They literally don't know where would they go? Ryan Mace said again, Jesus Christ, the guy's managed about 9 games. He could have managed 2 of them in cup finals. Yeah, it's just a bit of a shambles. And this is what I'm saying. I don't doubt that like the managers at blame at times, because I think the naivety has shown recently, like Newcastle, I think it showed. Arsenal, it showed in moments, especially when you go 1-0 up 10 minutes before half time, or when we're 1-0 up with 10 minutes to go before half time, and then definitely Everton. Like, you can't be going 3-0 down to a team that have got no confidence, nothing about
that. I think that was the nail in the coffin, really.
But it was clear because they were just able to run through. I mean, don't get me wrong, we had chances. Son should have buried one, but I don't know. When that's happening, there's a naivety, and I'm like, well, yeah, like I can't really blame us for not, for us not having Van der Ven or Romero, because I think they made the similar mistakes if they're overrun because of no midfield. What we have with Van der Ven is we've just got the fastest thing on legs. So when the ball was getting played quick, he could run back and sweep. But that's what's killed him.
Which is what allows you to play a high line.
Yeah, but then it kills him because
he's recovering.
But then he goes from 0 to 100, and that's it. Explosive power.
Like Christian said, that might have worked in Scotland, but in the Premier League, that's not working. It's not.
Well, there you go. I want it.
But why does Ange get so much leeway though? Because when it was Conte and Jose in this
position, it's got so wrong so many times now. Yeah, because I think at that point
and Espirito.
So the reason for Espirito, I think it was harsh, and I even felt it was a harsh then. But I just didn't see again an attacking prowess. For Jose and Conte,
that's the problem though. You see, before you go anywhere, look what you just said there, Lee. Yeah. Look what you just said there. There was no attacking prowess, and that's been your issue, yeah? And now you've got attacking prowess, you've got no defensive prowess, and now you're still moaning.
Well, it's got worse. The problem is it's got worse because I don't think it was this bad before. It's got worse from about March of last year. Before that, we were doing all right.
Yeah, but before the season ended, you was doing piss poor, and I said this to you 5 weeks ago.
Yeah, but we had every team who was going for something. We had in one set, we had the 3 that were going for the league: Liverpool, Arsenal, City. We had Newcastle and Chelsea, who were back on the ascendancy. Like, it was tough. Like,
sorry, what was you doing? Where was you in that position? You was going for Champions League, wasn't you?
So we beat Aston Villa 4-1 at Villa Park at the end of February, and we were
crazy, no?
Yeah, we got.
I think that's crazy. You beat Aston Villa 4-1. Aston Villa beat Arsenal 2-0. So you try and tell me that Spurs should have been.
We beat our last big win. Our last proper win was Aston Villa as well. Take away the Southampton game. Yeah, we beat them 4-1.
We've got. I think Arnie the Machine is entered.
Oh, straight from the gym.
Straight from a 10K run.
I hope so.
You lot can take. Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, look.
Go on, do you two and have your say? Do you two and have your little bit then? Go on.
Well, he can say what he wants if he wants to say about Tottenham.
I'm listening. I don't want to just jump in. I want to listen to what you guys are talking about. I don't want to just jump
in.
Yeah, I want to hear what you.
Look, to be fair, you've said it a lot, Marv, and I can't argue against you that he's tactically naive. I've wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt because I've seen especially last season up until around March when we did have a horrible end to the fixture list, a lot of good teams, and we got overrun. He got caught out there, and I was like, fair enough. But before that, and in passages this season, as you see, we scored the second highest goals. We play well.
I don't know,
but
I don't even know how.
Yeah, because we get caught out, Marv. What has happened is more and more we've got caught out, and now confidence is low, and we just look like we're going to concede all the time. There's no midfield. We get overrun. Arsenal were doing it. Everton were doing it. Newcastle did it. What can you do? I don't know what you can do. I want him. The reason that I want him to stay more than the others, or at least want it to work, is because when we got Jose and when we got Conte, right, they're world-class managers. No one can disparage what they or dispute what they've done. But at the end of the day, they're also managers that they require a certain type of player that we know as Tottenham fans, this Daniel Levy's not going to get. He's going to spend money. He's going to spend money. You're going to look at the. You're going to look at. Yeah, I don't think he was great for a team that didn't.
Do you know where Conte is now?
Yeah, he's top of the league.
Where is he?
But it's a top of the league in a bad league.
Where's he top
in
of the
Serie A?
league?
In terrible league, Serie A.
He's at the top of the league, and he's at the top in a bad league again.
Yeah, but look, respect, he's there. But my point is, who's running the midfield in Serie A? Who's running the midfield in Serie A?
Lee, Marv, did you hear this?
But who's running the midfield? And who scored against Atalanta the other day? Who's running the midfield?
With Big Ange.
Scott McTominay.
Scott
McTominay is running.
McTominay was doing, but he was running in England as well.
He was doing bits at Man United.
Yeah, and everyone was cussing Man United because he was saving them.
He was their top goal scorer league.
But were they doing good?
But what's that got to do with McNaughty?
So I'm saying, was he?
He was doing good. Personally, he was doing good.
He was doing all right. He was
doing fantastic. He's got 10
all
goals.
I'm gonna say, I don't care. All I'm gonna say is, if Conte was in charge of Tottenham right now, they wouldn't be like fifth from bottom or whatever they are.
You're right. They wouldn't. And
the guy who's managing. The guy who's managing, I don't care for injuries. Teams have to manage with these things. And he's not managed. He's probably been the cause of the injury problems they've had. There's been a lot of muscle injuries. It happened while he was at Celtic. This guy hasn't a clue about top-class football. He has not a clue about managing in the Premiership and the intensity of the Premiership. He's tactically inept. And I should have taken heed when... I should have known this. I remember praising him. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say like, you know, I've always said Angie's rubbish. I remember when Chelsea played Tottenham and he went down to 9 men and he went all out attack.
Rubbish.
He went all out attack. What manager in the history of the Premiership has 9 men and go all out attack? I should have known from then. And I'm vexed with myself because Tottenham fans were praising him. They were praising him. Yeah. And I was kind of on their side.
Gone through that. We've gone through this podcast. If we go through the podcast...
Oh, you've done that already?
I could say about all that.
On this show right now?
No.
On this show right now, you've gone through that. Okay, then.
Our history of it.
I'm just saying I've made mistakes on Ange. That's what I'm saying.
Of course we have.
Breath of fresh air. This isn't a breath. His football isn't a breath of fresh air. It's damn right naive.
Now it is, now that he's 15th. But when he was 4th in March last year, he weren't.
It was still naive. Bad, isn't it? It was still naive because he didn't make Champions League. So up to a point. But that's the thing. In the Premiership, in the Premiership, the key to winning Premierships and being a top, sustaining being a top side is when your coaches has adaptability.
Fair.
And
I can't argue with that.
You know, it hurts me to do this to you because I admire his adaptability, and I haven't seen it from this guy.
No, and that's
I haven't seen it at all. When the chips are down and injuries are there. No, I'm not finished. When the chips are down and injuries are there, you've got to adapt. I can remember when Liverpool lost a plethora of players. We were down to fielding some guy who's, you know, I can't remember, Reece, some centre-back who's now on loan at a club in the champion, not even in the Championship. I think he's either a non-league club or the bottom of the league. What's the bottom? Second division club. And we had to play him alongside some other guy we bought from, I don't know, from Preston or something. And we still managed to qualify for Europe. We had a whole midfield wiped out. Salah was in the African nations, but Klopp had the ability to adapt, you know, and seal European football that season. And that shows the sign of a manager who's good at what he does. And Ange, all right, you can say Tottenham have got injuries, but they're not meant to be where they are. They're not.
No, they're
to
not.
be
Marv.
where
I
they
can't
are.
argue with that. And I've got to be honest. I feel the last.
He played 3 at the back
the last
against
week,
Everton, and they were 3-0 down at half time.
Yeah, well, this is the problem. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying to you. Like these last couple of games have showed a real naive nature, and I'm just hoping
5 or 6.
They could have. Well, we could have had 2 or 3 as well, though. We could have had 2 or 3.
But you would have lost 6-3.
Well, I don't know, because if you had the 2 that we scored, don't you think we were that close to equalising?
Listen, you know.
Come on, you know it's true though, Mark.
You let good managers.
We were 3-0 down, and we
like
nearly
he's praising the 3-2 comeback.
When you got good managers like Conte, who's frustrated because he needs to get players to take him to the next level, playing the style of football that you don't necessarily agree with, and
no, but Marv, it's like anything.
Go on, sorry.
It's like anything. Let me just say, look, I said it, and it's on these podcasts. If anyone wants to go back through the YouTube library of Fotballthicko, we've got one where he gets appointed. We sacked Thing on the Monday, on the Saturday, Sunday, after losing to United at home. He was in by the Thursday, the European game, right? And I said on the midweek one, when he was coming in, I said, listen, it's a great appointment, but I'm telling you, it's either going to go fantastically or it's going to end badly, because we will not support this manager
he's been given
and that's what he's been given money, but he's been given money.
I'm talking Conte.
Oh, but
I'm talking about Conte. I'm going back to Conte. This is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I don't think Conte ball was poor for the team that he had, and he had to think about.
But then you sacked him though. So how can
you was hovering around Champions League places, bro?
No, we were like 7th. We were 7th when we.
Hovering. You
and he got sacked, Marv, because he called them out and they didn't like that. Yeah. That's why he got sacked. He wanted to get sacked.
Yeah, but you wanted him sacked.
He's been away for 2 months. He's been away for 2 months.
You wanted him sacked personally.
You wanted him out.
Yeah, I wanted him out. I wanted him out.
If you think what Angie's doing now is the Tottenham way, this ain't the Tottenham way.
No, but what I would say to you is that when we had Conte, he clearly didn't have a desire for the job. He wasn't getting the players he wanted. And therefore, why do you want that marriage to try and force to work? There's no point.
Listen, you get Conte again. If Conte says, I want to join Spurs now, you fucking take him, mate. You fucking take him.
Players, and if they're going to
take him, you take him with what he's got now. I'm taking. If I was a Tottenham fan and Conte said,
we've got good players
after Ange goes with the injuries they have got
players.
We've got decent. Look, the squad's decent. We should be nowhere near where we are.
At the top of the show, you said Basuma's not good enough. Sar's not good enough.
No, in terms of the way that we're going to play, they can't run up and down.
These players are decent players. Basuma's a decent player. He was decent at Brighton. He's a good
the
player.
Style that we are playing is either exposing him or showing that he's not good enough, Marv. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but then the style that is maybe style what the manager has chosen is not right for the players that he's got.
Fair, and I agree that. And I think
it's not Basuma. It's easy to blame the player, but as we already know, they're not being coached properly.
Well, there you go. And I think a game like yesterday.
And what is it that Dyer said, Marv?
They asked Dyer, what's the coaching like under Ange? And he said, there's no coaching. And I said that. Remember, I said that a couple months ago. I said, this guy isn't coaching players. He's just telling them to go out there and run around. Kevin Keegan style. But it's not even exciting anymore. When Kevin Keegan was at Newcastle, that's what you call the Tottenham. That's what Tottenham fans wanted. That Kevin Keegan-y type Newcastle play. I'm not seeing that. Ooh. I ain't seeing that. I'm seeing a team that, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you've seen the team in the last 10 games that look poor,
Yeah,
not the last 10, not the last 10, the last 20. The last 20. This run has been going on from last season.
Okay.
It's not okay. It's facts.
Okay, I'm not saying you're wrong.
No, okay, right.
What more do you want me to say? I've got to eat the humble
There's
pie.
nothing more.
So, but what I want to say is, though, how is Ten Hag getting sacked and Ange isn't?
because this is what I've got to go back to you and say.
Because you're top six. Because you're top six.
But listen then, because you're sending stuff which is a good bit from Simon Jordan. You know why? At the end of the day, why did Mourinho get sacked? Why did Conte get sacked by Daniel Levy? Because they spoke up.
Bosses,
they
wanted bigger
more.
than the club. They're actually bigger than Tottenham, and they both spoke up.
Yeah, where your man now, he's of a way where he thinks he can get the best out of players who are going to work for him, the individuals, which could be right, could be wrong. At the moment, it's wrong. So he's not going in there and going, right, give me 60 million Osimhen, give me 50 million midfielder, number 6, give me another right back, 40 million. He's not saying that to them. So the fact, look, it's the 20th of January, we bought a 10 million keeper and we're closer to the relegations than we are the league. That says about the club. That says about this. I'm sure if he doesn't get results in the next 3 games and 2 of them are Europe, they'll have to do something, because I think at the end of the day,
who would you like to see in charge?
I'll be honest.
Glenn?
I'll wash my hands
Glenn?
with it. I'll wash my hands with it.
No, you can't say you wash your hands. Don't say that.
I'll be a passive.
Tottenham's a club you love. You love Tottenham.
I love Tottenham. Like everyone loves their football team. But what I'm saying is, I would just have to watch it a bit passively, because I just personally, I don't trust in anything they're trying to do. So who is going to come? I don't know anyone. If there's a European hotshot that people know, I don't know them.
Some slick. You won't want some one of those. What you want, and if let's see, after 2 or 3 games, David Moyes would have been a great fixer-upper for Tottenham.
Yeah, but they're not there now. So imagine they're not there.
Well, Sean Dyche is available. Sean Dyche.
Hey, well, let's get Dyche in then. Get Big Sam.
It's not a joke. It's not even a joke. It's not even a joke,
mate.
If Tottenham continue the way they're,
the problem, Mark. The joke is over. The joke is over.
Leicester is big.
The joke is over.
Now, if you lose against Leicester, forget the Hoffenheim in midweek. Forget the Europa League for a minute. You lose to Leicester, then you're going to have to get in someone who knows the know down at the bottom of the table, and no one knows the know better than Sean Dyche.
Right. So the thing is, I don't even find that as a joke.
I'm not even laughing. I'm serious.
But this is what I'm saying. But if you're saying that, I'm not saying that.
That's not the Tottenham way.
I'm not saying. Well, no, but this is at the end of the day, Chris.
Right now, the Tottenham way don't count.
They might as well get Zola in. Well, you told me this because you was telling me, Marv. You was telling me, Marv, that Jose and Conte don't play the Tottenham way. You want to see the Tottenham way. You want to see free flowing football.
What I'm trying to say is. All right, let me say this. What I'm trying to say is that at the end of the day, right, the Tottenham way is a bit of a cavalier. So it's got the Ange elements to it, right? There'd be elements of Ange. When Ange ball is at its peak, that's a really strong way. What he doesn't balance it with a strong defensive unit. It leaves us open. We go 2-0 up. He still wants to go for the third.
The Tottenham way,
we don't kill the goal. No, but hold on a minute, because the Tottenham way...
You said elements.
Hold on, you got to let me finish, because I'm giving I still want to give the guy a chance. I say give him to the end of the season, because I don't know what they want. I don't know what the board want, and I don't know what we expect now. Like, I don't know what we can expect, and I think there's been too many cycles now where it's either been best manager in the world, get him in, don't support him, get him out when he starts complaining. Or now get someone in who goes fucking cavalier, all out attack, gung ho, Tottenham way, in inverted commas. But then it doesn't work. Get him out. So then, who do you want? Basically, what they want us to tread water, to do well in the Europa League enough that will bring in revenue for the club on about 25 to 28 match days at home, right? Support that with a minimal wage bill, with maximum gate receipts. And with a sense that, you know, at the end of the day, if we're playing in that sort of European table, we're doing well. If we go
but you're
further,
not going to even get that.
But they don't want that. They don't want that, though, do they?
No, but
not for a couple of seasons. Well, not this season. No,
funny, but Andrew's got them way off of that league.
But what I'm saying about in general. I'm saying in general.
Yeah,
I'm saying if we get another man in, I'm saying as a club, as a whole, as a club, they don't. They only want to be in the Champions League.
Well, can I say something though?
Go on, him.
Since Arteta joined Arsenal, 3 teams, only 3 teams have spent more money than Arsenal.
Yeah.
And this is since Arteta arrived. This is since Arteta arrived, yeah.
Yeah.
So those teams are Chelsea. Those teams are Chelsea 1.7 billion, Man United with 963 million, and Spurs with 869.
Right. So can I say? Can I say
that's
something?
Damning.
Can I say?
That's damning.
Yeah, but can I say something? This is what.
But Lee's talking about mediocre football.
All right, well, I've got to go. I've got another podcast to do.
No, you stay here. No.
Answer this one. Go.
Answer this one. Yeah.
You know my time, right? So my thing is, no, I can't argue with what he spent, but how is it spent? Tell me the biggest signings on that, Chris. You put the money out there. Tell me the players and who we've signed in that time.
I haven't got those available, but
right. Okay.
Off the top of my head,
so
it must be
Richarlison.
Richarlison, 65 mil.
Right. So
Solanke.
65.
Yeah, which I think is a good buy, right? Richarlison, whoever wanted that bizarre deal. Outside of that, look at all the others, and it's 20 millions for this player, 25 millions for that player.
Doesn't matter.
They all add up. They all add up, no doubt. But go and see how they are looked at. They're looked at assets.
Like Brendan Johnson wasn't 20 mil. He was 50 mil, bruv.
Yeah, as an asset that they bought at 22 is either going to stay there for 10 years, which they want, so they don't replace. But no, hold on. Either that in that essence, or he goes and smashes it like an Archie Gray will probably go and smash it, and he goes for double his price. That's how they look at it, Marv. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I don't want to come across like Simon Jordan. Lee, I don't want to come across like Simon Jordan, but I'm struggling to, agree with your argument. And then all I do is look
at the players, look at the transfers.
Then all I do is look over West London.
Before we go,
and I see teams like Fulham.
Exactly.
Fantastic run,
nowhere near the list.
Because they go and do their business in the right way. They get players.
No, because they look at Emile Smith Rowe and go, you know what, we can do something with that. But you're looking at Richarlison. You're looking at Richarlison going, let me spend 65 mil on that, or not even.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying, Chris. Because Richarlison,
Brendan Johnson. Listen,
let me just say that. Hold on. Let me just say that.
Listen. Brendan Johnson is not. Brendan Johnson was
a Division 1. You don't want an answer.
I'm still talking. He was a Division 1 player. He was a Division 1 player, and you spent 50 million pounds on him. Emile Smith Rowe was a champion, a player that's paid in the Champions League, top flight with Arsenal, and he went for 32 M's.
Right. So either that's bad business from Arsenal, maybe it was right. That's bad business for selling him so cheap. A bit of both, because he weren't going to come to Tottenham. One at all.
No,
we weren't going to give him 2 when they know he got more money. I'm saying about Brennan Johnson. They've looked at him. They look at these players. Richarlison was the striker they looked at that went, we can get him and we'll pay the transfer fee, which in many aspects. Yeah, but Chris, he was a name. He was a name that had seemed to be doing well in the Premiership. So they took the name, and the transfer fees are not the hard part. It's the wages, because that's what accounts over the season. That's what accrues up. So that's what they do. He weren't going to be charging 200, 300 grand, because no one like Arsenal, Liverpool, they'd laugh at him. So we went for him. We went for Dominic Solanke, who again had a good season at Bournemouth. He's not going to be able to walk into an Arsenal and all that straight away, and they're not going to pay him 250, 260 grand. So he's getting, I don't know what he's getting at Spurs, but he's not the highest earner, and the highest earner is on 170. So what I'm saying is that they get these kind of players in, the kind of players that you'd expect Spurs to get. They exploit the lower teams or the teams that have gone down. I said it earlier. When we got Robbie Keane, we got him from a Leeds who had no money. When we got Jermaine Defoe, we got him from a West Ham who got relegated.
And he's always looking at those players, though. But they were top quality, bro.
Yeah, one player, but who are the players around him? You can't just have one. You've got to have 4 or 5. And that's what I'm saying. Spurs get a Solanke, but then they get Bergvall, Gray. They get another young defender.
He was eating his arse not too long ago.
Because I can see that he's got potential. I'm all for it. But what I'm saying is to sustain, you've got to buy those players alongside the big names. You can't just buy one Solanke. You've got to buy 2 or 3 Solankes to keep fighting with you lot. Because look, the biggest talk about Arsenal now is they need this player, they need that player. Did they buy enough? Did they buy well enough in the pre-season to stay where they are? Because now the injuries are hitting, you need a stronger squad. That's the argument at Arsenal. And you're even in a good position. Tottenham, we buy one player and we go, well, we've got Solanke, that's our marquee. Now we're going to buy 2, 3, 30 million kids who could probably go for 70 million in 3 years, because they think of it like that. They don't go and go, right, what is the here and now? They think about, can they adjust into the squad? But they also think about, right, what's the sell-on value? Is there potential sell-on value? How does this club make assets from it? Either they stay forever and they become a player like Brennan Johnson, pay 50 million, but if he's got legs and he can run for 7 years, divide that 50 million over 7, and you ain't got to buy another player in his position or of his quality. And that's what they think. That's how they look at it. Or they go, right, Brennan Johnson goes and smashes it for 2-3 years, like a Gareth Bale. Now we can sell him for 75, 80 million. That's what they do. I've got to go.
During the process, it's still got to be challenging for top 4 and Europa League place.
I agree,
no
but
excuses.
it obviously isn't happening.
No excuses. You can make all the excuses what you want about Spurs not spending or buying the
Talk about
players.
Liverpool and Arsenal. Carry on. Talk Liverpool and Arsenal. I'll be back.
Disgusting. Disgusted with Lee. Disgusted. Timed it well. Yeah. Thinks he faced the hard part, but I'm not done with him yet.
Did you see at the end of the game when the fans were calling Andrew wanker and Son was apologizing and crying?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
have you seen the wide shot? Have you seen the wide shot of it though?
I saw one. I think you put up the one you put up. I saw it.
Oh, there's a next one, yeah, from a distance, and you got Son. You can see Son and Big Ange doing what they're doing, and then on the other side of the pitch is with Charleston doing a lap of honour at Everton. Man's all doing this around the Everton pitch.
He's not. It's like that guy's not loved Tottenham. It's not that guy. From the moment he wore that white jersey, he hasn't loved it there.
He's been angry ever since.
He hasn't loved it there. He hasn't loved it. He's not enjoyed this. He wants to go. I heard he wanted to go. I don't know how true it is. But Tottenham are a jolt. And Ange in interviews is like this.
Well, thank you, Marv. Marv.
You know, once this interview's over, I'll have a couple of cans of Foster's, mate. Just line them up. You get me?
Marv,
what man does an interview like this?
Please do me a video tomorrow, yeah, and do that. This is the same voice and the head down about.
What? You know, let's get some Fosters on the go. Let's put on a Barbie. You know, another defeat. Let's get some Fosters. What did you say, mate? And then the reporter asks him a question. What did you say, mate?
And he looks up.
You know, let's get some Fosters on the go. Put some meat on a Barbie. You know what I mean? Bruv, he needs to go.
I wanted to ask Lee that. I was thinking to myself, he is so low in confidence right now. He's low in confidence. Head
this
down.
Man was sitting on Euro panels like some top coach.
Exactly. Remember I said that I was passing,
and you know why?
I said top coaches don't do that.
You know why? Because he's Australian. He just took it. Yeah, I'll do that, mate.
He's one of us.
Yeah,
I'll
do that, mate. What, you want me to be on the panel? I'm Australian, mate. They've had an Australian. You know what I mean? Rubbish. Get rid of him. You know what I'm saying?
That's too funny. When I was watching the interview yesterday, his head was down. I was like, nah. His head's gone himself.
Yeah, this isn't Tottenham. He doesn't represent Tottenham. Never has.
Did you see Arteta's face as well? Speaking of faces, did you see his face?
Arteta, you know what? He saw Herbert Chapman. He saw a ghost, bro. He saw Herbert Chapman. He saw a ghost, bro. You know that Herbert Chapman bust? No, he actually saw. He was as white as his feet after that. No lies. That's when I said, you know what? He's lost it.
That's what I said.
He's cracked.
That's what I said. The league's done.
Yeah, he's cracked. He's cracked. He's like this, bro. He's like, I can't do white. I'm black, innit? But like, brother, the guy's face was white. He didn't even look Spanish, bro. The pressure. Let me tell you something. You look like an Englishman, bro. The pressure is telling on all these managers. I looked at Ruben Amorim, bro. I think you put it up.
Have you seen the picture of what from?
I saw Ruben Amorim. He looked greasy, bruv. He looked sweaty. He ain't the guy that walked in and thought, yeah, I'm going to get head and shoulders ads. He ain't that guy. When he walked in, interviewing, holding little kids, have a look at my car. You get me? All them clips I've seen, yeah. Have a look at my car, little kid. Come, I'm the new man. I'm the new man in charge. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yo, I ain't gonna copy Pep Stone Island jumpers, but I'll tell you what, you know what I'm saying? He looked like that. And then I saw him the other day, he said basically, he said yesterday, Man United is shit. He said, am I lying, bro? All right.
He wasn't even wearing the Montclair jacket no more. That's all gone.
Yo, bruv.
He's got the Tesco
I think
finest.
you put it up.
Yeah,
he was all greasy
in history.
Yeah, he said Man United is shit. He goes, we've lost more games. Bro, he said
we lost more games than the previous manager. He said,
this is a man, he's in trouble. I know it's early. People are gonna look at people are gonna look at Amorin and say, oh yeah,
on a real, he could get sacked. If they continue like this.
Yeah.
They've got one win. You know, it's one win, and it was against Arsenal in the FA Cup on penalties. You know that, yeah?
Since when?
Since he's rocked up, I think he's got 2 wins under his belt, and one of them's an FA Cup win.
Listen, now Brighton are a good team. I'm not even knocking Brighton. Danny Welbeck is reborn this year. Let's be real here. Brighton are a decent team. When you're playing Brighton home and away, you think, you know what, we need to be on it. You don't think, we're just going to stroll through Brighton. They're a decent team. You catch them on the right day, they'll give you a game, but you should beat them. At Old Trafford, what I saw, I was up late last night, so I was able to watch that. What I saw, Brighton looked like the home side.
That's what I said. I said what Brighton have done to Old Trafford, what they've done to their new ground, I said is fantastic.
And let me tell you something. The shocking thing about that performance by Brighton, that wasn't Brighton nowhere near their best.
And they got a goal.
That wasn't a Brighton side like last season when they had that guy from Chelsea in midfield and that the Japanese winger was on song.
He was on fire.
This is a Brighton team that is. But they were nowhere near their best.
Yeah, nowhere near.
I looked at the football, and they were cutting United apart. The midfield is non-existent. That guy Ugarte
and the young boy Maino is rubbish.
Yeah, I think he had to change him.
Yeah,
I think he had to change him. Ugarte has not performed at all.
He's rubbish. He's been rubbish.
Yeah, and that kid's green. Thingy's too old. I feel sorry for. He gets on my nerves. That guy, Bruno gets on my nerves. You know, you look at him. He's one of them guys you just don't like. Reminds me a bit of Luis Suarez. A bit. He's just one of them guys you can look at and just instantly take. I don't care how good a footballer you are. I don't like you. Always got your hands up in the air. Or when you score a goal, you go like you're the. But he's all they got.
That's it. He's the only
really
quality. Aman's all right, but he showed his naivety or his green as well. In that game for me.
Yeah, he's all right.
There was a chance where he could have slipped it underneath the goalkeeper. He went round the goalkeeper and instead of slipping it underneath him, he brought it back, waited for someone to come in the box, lost the momentum. And that's their special player right now. But you got to remember they've had Garnacho was their special player after he scored the overhead kick.
And then it was special at one stage.
Then it was Maino. Then Maino was a generational talent. Now we look at, but even when I was saying he's a generational talent, I saw him in the FA Cup. I was watching. I was like, this kid just gives the ball away, or if he doesn't give it away, he doesn't track back, and the gap between the midfield and the defense is this wide. And he's the issue of that. He's meant to be.
He's got a lot to learn. He's just a kid. He should be in that team.
They put so much pressure on him. Yeah, Marv, he went to the Euros, bro. He went to the Euros off the back of it.
Yeah, not say he's not.
And they were saying in England, and everyone was saying, play him. He's got to start for England. He ain't that talent because Gareth Southgate can't get his tactics right. And they were trying to do everything.
You know what? Young players sometimes when they step in, you've got a couple. You've got that kid who's really a number 8 who plays left back for Arsenal. Skelly.
Skelly, sick.
He's a kid. Yeah, he's a
left back for fuck's sake. He's a kid. Bro.
He's a kid. He's taken his opportunity. His form will drop off. It's normal. But Man United have put so much emphasis on this young man, Manu, in midfield, and he's just not ready for that mantle yet. He's just not ready for it. Instead, they're having to rely on players to keep them together. They're having to rely on players like Harry Maguire.
And now I've got Man United fans telling me, oh, he's really good in a back three.
No, he's not. But that's the best they got. Because the lit is rubbish.
Yeah, but you know what's mad though? When you look at it, they've spent over 2 billion. They spent 2.6 billion since Ferguson.
Where is it?
You can't even see that right now. You're looking at it thinking, where's your money gone?
Yeah, you look at the team and you know, like sometimes you can.
Xerxes Marv, is he a fuck? Is he a striker? Xerxes.
You know, I'd play. He's a centre midfielder.
He's
for
a centre
me.
midfielder, 100%, man. Even Andy
Yeah,
Goldstein said it today. He looks better as a midfielder than he does as a striker.
Yeah, a luxury centre midfielder. You don't play him every game, but he can go into midfield and he might give you a little something going forward. But he's
that's
not
their, their Kai Havertz. That's their Kai Havertz, basically, because that's what we've got Kai Havertz doing.
It's like he's at the minute, and the Bruno Fernandes has got the same problem. They're like square pegs playing in round holes because Bruno Fernandes sometimes has to play out wide now.
Crazy.
He's been playing out wide a lot. United, and this is the ultimate truth. No jokes. Ultimate truth is you're not going to see United for another 5-6 seasons, or even 7.
Listen, 3 at the least.
And Ruben, Aaron, and Amorin, yeah, United.
He might be gone by summer. He might be gone by summer.
Bro, they're making the same mistakes. The guy's he's not even been managing 2 years. To take a club, bro, he's a baby manager. He's a kid.
They've done at Arsenal. They think they can do it at Arsenal, but it's whether
they've just plucked him. He's got a tan.
Yeah, they've done at Arsenal.
He's got a tan. Who can't win? Listen, I reckon I could coach one of the top Portuguese teams to the title. I can do it. Who are they going to play?
Boavista. Let's get Boavista.
Boavista. Who are they going to play? It's not easy. You know, there's Portuguese players who play for the top teams who are shining, scoring like 28 goals with 13 assists. And yet they go abroad and they don't produce very few of them. Fair credit to Bruno Fernandes. But look at João Felix. He's done nothing. This manager they've got in, has not managed at this level before. I know he plays Champions League and he beat Man City.
Listen, when they beat Man City 4-1, everyone was getting excited.
Bro, he looks like that all of a sudden, the actual magnitude of the job and the players he's got to work with, all of a sudden, he's actually realizing, I don't know if I can do this in my time here. I will try, but I don't think he can do it. That's why you got to rate Klopp, because at least Klopp, whether Slot wins the title or not, at least Klopp left Slot in a decent position.
Yeah, he did. Fantastic position.
A fantastic position. Everybody was laughing when we fell off at the end of last season. But to be fair, he's left Slot, and I'm not knocking Slot as a manager. He's kind of developed the team in his own way. There's a different style of football. But Klopp, has left him in a great position. Who would have thought that?
Well, as Martin Keown said, this time last year, Liverpool were top of the league and in all competitions.
Yeah,
so
true.
Nothing's changed. On that note, guys, I'm gonna log off because I've got 4% on this team.
Right.
Chelsea are winning 1-0, by the way.
Oh God, I've got to start watching that. I'll see you for Sunday breakfast.
Are you gonna be there this time?
Yeah, it should be. And you know what? I was waiting for you, but obviously with an Aston Villa draw, you kind of, you decide to have breakfast on your own.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? You decided not to do the show.
Going out.
Yeah, but it was late. But what I'm saying
Adebayo scored, Jordan.
Arsenal to beat Wolves, Liverpool to do Ipswich. Game of the weekend.
Yeah, what's game of the weekend?
Tottenham Leicester.
In a bit.
Again. Love. Listen, peace.
Love.
Later.